Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Nothing But the Facts. I'm one of your hosts, Trey Cook, and I'm here with Jack Bratcher, who is also one of the hosts of Nothing But the Facts
Yo, what's good?
podcast. Jack, what's on your mind today? What are we thinking here?
Well, recently I've been thinking about what do you think makes a healthy relationship? That's a very
Okay,
important thing.
that's pretty valid too. What makes a healthy
Me
relationship?
personally, in a healthy relationship, this is like the foundation,
Mm,
okay?
yeah.
Like just think of it as like a pyramid. I'm not
Okay.
trying to make a pyramid scheme, I promise.
Gotcha.
But the
Gotcha.
bottom
Gotcha.
level,
Yeah.
uh, trust and honesty
Trust and
are at the very
honesty.
bottom of the pyramid, like for the foundation. And
Yeah.
then up,
And
which is like it's nice to have, but it's not needed,
mhm,
is like they're funny, they're
gotcha.
very
So just
thoughtful, they're caring,
so
and then at the very top, like cream of the crop,
yeah.
a really good person. If they do this, they
Gotcha.
will like just be there for you anytime you need it.
Yeah. Like a shoulder to cry on if you need it like that.
Yes, bro,
Gotcha.
straight up.
So we're in different grades, sixth grade and eighth grade. All right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that make a healthy relationship for eighth grade, I think so, is communication, which
Oh yeah.
I've asked 10 couples, elderly couples too. Um, what makes a healthy relationship and like one that can last a very long time? And
Actually,
and yeah, I did today, to be exact. And they said communication and just that feeling of connection you have with your partner. And I was thinking about that for a little while, and I mean, it really made sense. Like, you don't want to sit there and be depressed in a relationship, and
yeah.
your partner just be really happy, and you're
hmm
like the opposite, you know?
Like you gotta talk to each other.
Yeah,
If something's wrong, just tell them. You know.
like even with friends, like Jack and I's relationship, if he makes me mad and like I just like ghost him for a while, and he's like, "What's wrong? We need."
You're not gonna know what you've done.
Yeah, and like you need to communicate with people like that. That's a healthy
And
relationship.
being able to realize that arguing is not worth your time and it's a waste of
Yeah,
energy, it's very important because when you argue, you're not going to really get anything done
yeah, and
because
there's a difference between arguing and having a conversation. You
yes,
know.
there's a very big difference because uh you just got to know what the other person's thinking. You
Yeah,
got to get it from both sides.
yeah.
It's
Um,
very important.
but yeah, those are very important key concept of a healthy relationship.
Like whenever you have a healthy relationship, you also just feel a lot better.
Oh yeah, and like you know you can trust them to like not try to go out
Mhm.
with anybody else and just stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um,
And
so
this doesn't have to be romantic relationships
oh
either.
yeah, like it can just be your mom, dad, your family, friends, whatever. Any
hmm
type of like the healthy relationship. I think a lot of people think of it like relationship as like boys and girls, like
Yeah.
couples
But
dating.
like one thing I try to do is always put myself in the other person's shoes to
Oh
see
yeah,
what they're going through
yeah,
because like that's just kind of something I kind of stand by
yeah.
and it's very important, you
And
know.
like
You
the definition of relationship is just like a state of like connection between two or more people, you know.
hmm
And I mean, yeah, that doesn't have to be just
what's one thing like that you do
that. Like
to
you could say I live by or
yeah, something like you live
else
by.
does. I'm a very big follower of like um the talk less, listen more
hmm
people, and like I'm really good at staying silent when I need to be.
Yes.
So I think it's really important to listen than like to talk because like you can learn a lot more about like people and about like your environment whenever you're like listening and taking it all in.
But that also doesn't mean just to only listen. You also need to talk
Oh
if you
yeah,
need to ask questions.
for sure. You
Because going back
definitely.
to communication, communication is very important.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like,
Like,
there's that certain line, you know.
hmm there's a point where you're talking too much. And it's a very it's like a balance, you know.
Yeah.
Because when you ask questions, you can get answers. But if you ask too many questions, then you just become a nuisance and very, very annoying.
Yeah, and a lot of people they think like if I ask for help, I sound like dumb or stupid or like don't know
Hmm.
like what I mean.
Like you look vulnerable.
Yeah, but like asking for help is like powerful, most powerful thing in like the world.
Yes.
You know.
The second you start asking for help, it automatically gets better.
Yep. And that's like
But
that doesn't have to be in school too. You know, like
it could be
people
anywhere, like
people just
therapists, a
yeah
church,
yeah
what have you.
like people just think, oh, I need if I need help on like science homework, I should ask for it, you know. But like, no, if you're like generally going through something or like you actually need help, just you gotta
You
ask, you
know,
know.
mental health is
Oh yeah,
very important, very, very important.
oh yeah, 100%.
But there's like a point. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. I know what you're trying to say,
I don't even know what I was trying to say if I'm being honest.
but
Like
yeah,
it's very communication. I know I keep repeating myself,
communication.
but
Yes, I love it.
communication, it's amazing what it can do.
Bro,
Cause
do you want to know something about mental health real quick?
what?
Chocolate is one of the best ways to boost your mental health and mental mentality.
Don't eat too much chocolate.
Yeah, don't eat too much of it, or that's a different story. That's a different
Yeah,
podcast.
it's
Um,
like eating spoonfuls of ice cream after a breakup.
yes, but Jack, when did you
Speak.
stop? Like speaking of chocolate, real quick.
No, wait. Speak. No. On the topic of like talking about eating after
Gotcha. Yeah,
a breakup, what do you think is a good way to deal with something that bad that
like
happens in your life?
like a breakup or just like a situation.
Just a bad scenario. Like if you're
Gotcha.
going through something,
Uh,
some of your favorite ways to like
person
help deal with that?
personally, personally, I would be like, I need to talk to somebody, and like, I need to learn from my mistakes. You know, like,
And also, even if you didn't make the mistake,
oh yeah, 100%. But like, if you're in a relationship and you know it's toxic, and but you're still dating that person, then that's on you for not breaking up with like that person and not
look at where you could
learning.
make this relationship better, or maybe if you have to end the relationship.
Yeah, and like a lot of people are in that scenario. They're just stuck in like a really toxic relationship because like if you're from the girl side and a guy's being like toxic to you, he can look very like
Intimidating.
intimidating. Yeah, but if you're in the boy spot, you're just kind of like you don't
You're gonna
seem
feel
like
bad.
yeah you're gonna feel you don't want to feel like a jerk or like you don't want the girl to say anything about you to other girls and
Hmm.
but yeah it's really hard to get out of that.
You don't get a good image put
Yeah,
on you.
you don't really get a good reputation either.
And
But yeah.
but speaking of chocolate,
Mhm.
this is like
I
completely
like
changing the
I
subject.
like the chocolate though.
I'm also eating a York peppermint patty because I'm just that
There
guy.
you go. There you go.
Um,
Not
like
sponsored.
I want to talk about that. What age do you think you should stop trick or treating?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like that. So it's very controversial. Controversial. There we go. So I think it depends on where you live. Cause like
Really?
if you live in a neighborhood that doesn't do trick or treating, like they don't pass out candy, what's the point of trick or treating?
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
because like, but if you live in a neighborhood that like does it each year and they celebrate that like with a big celebration and all that stuff, then yeah, keep on going, keep on getting candy. But like, if you have to drive to a place to trick or treat, then that's like a no for me.
Or like what age though?
Yeah, um, I think 10 and 11 is a pretty good age to
Hmm.
because you're
You see,
maturing a lot too.
this year for Halloween, that was the last one with trick or treating. I've
Yeah.
stopped trick or treating at 6 years old,
Oh wow.
like 6 or 7.
Were you not a big fan of
I
candy
just don't
either?
care.
Or?
No,
Gotcha.
I just could care less. Like I
Yeah.
still have my Halloween candy. Um, I don't eat much candy, and also,
Yeah.
well, I don't eat.
Like,
Well, let me
I,
rephrase that. I do eat candy, but
yeah.
I just don't really care. I mean, and also there's nowhere to really trick or treat where I live.
Yeah, same here
Where
with me. Like, I live in a subdivision, but like, I'm all like, there's all elderly people here, so like they're probably asleep
But
by the
like,
time.
I don't think you should stop trick or treating at 6 because it's a very enjoyable experience.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I say like maybe 12 to 13 is a good age because
Yeah,
you're starting
cause
to mature.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then if you're hanging out around the wrong people, then
Oh
maybe you
yeah,
should just like maybe be careful about your decisions. But
yeah,
if you've got good people around you, I mean, heck, do it till you're 18 for all I
yeah.
care. But
I mean,
my thing is, whenever the person at the door says no, that's the age you stop trick or treating.
yeah. When they
When they're
say,
like,
yeah,
buy it yourself. When you're old enough to have a job and purchase candy yourself, that's when
yeah.
you should stop
When
trick or treating.
when when they stop you at the door and say you have a full beard and a full head of hair,
The
no.
legal age of of what's working. The legal age of having a job is when you should stop uh whatever it's called. Is whenever you should
Working.
stop
Gotcha.
trick or treating. Speaking of ages and stuff, what age? What let me think about this.
No, you good.
What what age would you start would you what age would you let your daughter start dating?
What age would I let my daughter start dating?
And also,
Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna give you. Actually, never mind. I'll do that later in a second.
All right, all right.
But like, what age?
What age would I let my daughter start dating? That's well, I don't really know. We're both really young, so we'll have time to think about this. But personally, I think maybe I'm gonna say 14 to 15.
Yeah,
And
cause that
I have
that's when
reasoning
you're.
too. Like
Yeah,
when you're 14 and 15, you're either a middle school or a freshman. So that also like I don't want to do 16 because right when they turn 16, they're gonna have a car, they're gonna be able to drive to that person, yada yada yada, and that could be a really bad relationship. And I don't want them like driving and stuff, and that'd be real weird because it's their first relationship and they don't know what to do. Like
yeah,
I want them to just like step their feet in the water for a little bit and like just have that couple years of getting to know what dating is and relationships, learning from their mistakes, finding the right person, you know,
yeah.
because you don't want them to be all locked up and then suddenly just boom and then everybody is dating
And they
somebody.
don't want to be put with the wrong person.
Yeah, yeah,
But me, I say whenever they're ready, because
yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think you should date from elementary school to
No,
seventh grade.
no. Middle
'Cause does
school.
that really count? Does it really?
No, it does not. Middle school
But
relationships don't count. It's only I think sophomore maybe. So I think
whenever
sophomore
that's
through
whenever it actually like
is
starts
yeah.
doing like whenever the relation when the light bulbs start lighting up. So
Yeah, when like the relationships actually mean stuff.
and like cuz shoot, if my daughter, if I have one, doesn't want to be in a relationship until they're what?
Like 20 or
Until they're in their 20s,
yeah.
you do you. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not gonna
whenever you're
force her.
ready and responsible enough
Yeah.
to have a relationship,
Like
then
I'm not gonna
go
force
for
her.
it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna force her to date somebody.
Mhm.
Um
But also, I would also not trying to be that guy, but
uh-oh.
got to make sure it's a good dude.
Yeah. But you wanna know a weird dream of mine?
What?
Like a life goal or something?
Have 4 daughters.
I wanna be a girl dad so bad. I don't know really
What?
why. I don't
Nah,
know.
I gotta have that father son bond. There's just nothing like
Well,
it.
yeah, if I could have a boy and a girl, that's like the modern family.
That's the dream. That's
Yeah,
that's, that's
what is it called? The American Dream.
the
Um.
the classic white American
Okay.
uh,
Uh.
Family Guy moment.
Family Guy moment. So like, speaking of dating, um, so I know you've dated some people in the past. I've dated some people in the past. But what is one thing that you would like look for in somebody's like personality or just stuff like that? Um,
Well,
it's a hard
whenever I
question.
look at someone, whenever I see someone,
Hmm.
and it also doesn't have to be for romantic love,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
Like
when I.
if I the first time I meet someone,
Mhm.
I always like you know I'll give them a handshake, say what's up or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Just introduce yourself.
Uh-huh. Cause I remember uh the when at school one time,
Hmm.
uh this guy we I'm really good friends with him now, but the first time I saw him, first day of school in band class, he had long hair and
Hmm.
acne on his face.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh Lord, this
Not
guy
the
is
not the acne.
not appealing to the eyes. I'll just tell you
Not
that.
appealing.
I walk
Oh.
over there, because my teacher, she's like, go introduce yourself to everyone, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, and the casual school stuff, get in a
Yeah.
circle, tell your favorite color.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
I walk over to him, I give him a handshake. His hands were sweaty, bro. They were these sweaty. I shake his hands and I verbally said out loud, "Your hands are really sweaty." And said, "Oh yeah, they do that." And
They
I
do that.
walked out of that classroom thinking I never want to see this dude again in my life.
Dang.
I had seventh period with him.
Yeah.
Funniest guy I'd ever met in my whole
Really.
life. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
So you can't just look at someone and say, yeah, they're probably gonna be annoying. But you can sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can.
But
Um.
whenever like if someone is talking to me, I like look at their body language to see if they're kind of looking approachable and nice.
Yeah. Like I
Or
can. I've learned to read people like
because
really well
or
too.
if like when they're talking to me, if they just kind of snap at me for no reason or
Yeah.
whatnot.
And
You get
also
you get
like if they're brats and like they're brats, you should not.
I don't like arrogant people.
Yeah, arrogancy is not something we support here on Nothing But the Facts.
Arrogance is very it's
It's that's another
there's
podcast
a no no
for.
no no we're going there.
Uh oh.
There's a there's a certain amount of arrogance you need to have to be confident,
Yeah.
but you don't want to have so much where you're just annoying everyone and acting like you're the boss and
Yeah, yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. Just like being
Cause
too self confident. Confidence is that what it are? What's it called?
have just have self confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that or like being um too arrogant. I guess I don't know what word I'm searching for in my brain, but it's not coming out.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
but
whenever, cause if I meet someone, okay, and
mhm.
cause this happened so much at school.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
meet someone first week of school, be like, oh, this person's really nice. And then you accidentally force yourself into a relationship because you get closer and closer,
yeah,
they reveal like how they actually are to people, and then they're just not a good friend, and you're like, what are you gonna do?
yeah, and
Because it's kind of awkward because you're friends with someone, but they think you're really good friends with them,
yeah.
and you're
Like
like,
if
man,
you,
they're very different now than they were at the beginning of the
oh,
year, and
a
you
hundred,
might have to cut ties with someone
yeah. I've
and
had,
just end a relationship.
yeah,
It's very heartbreaking and awkward.
and I had a couple friends I met at the beginning of the year that like later in the year I figured out they like smoked and like vaped and a bunch of stuff like
Yeah.
that, and I'm like, I'm not about that stuff, guys. Come on. And then
Yeah,
it's
like
just like,
I don't like uh it when you're friends with someone but then they change so much in a bad
yeah,
way
yeah,
where you don't want to be with them anymore, but they still think that you but they still want to be friends with you. It's so awkward because
yeah,
they're like trying to be approachable and friendly to you, but and they're nice about it, but you just don't like the way they've negatively changed and impacted themselves.
yeah.
It's it's rough.
Oh yeah, it really
Because
is.
you just have to say, dude, you're not the same as what you previously were. I mean,
Yeah, and then like it's hard because like people are all in their shell and not talkative
yeah,
the first weeks of
and you
school.
don't want to hurt their feelings, but
Yeah, but like
it's
sometimes,
just tough.
yeah.
It's hard.
Um, but yeah, it's it's definitely hard if you like have to cut ties with somebody like that. And
Like if someone really, sorry, I didn't
no,
mean to
you're good.
interrupt
You're
you.
good. You can go.
Keep talking. No, you keep talking.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's definitely hard because like you don't really like you kind of push yourself away and now you're just trying to end it. But like on their part, they think you're their best friend.
Mhm.
and like they think they have a really good relationship with you,
Yeah.
and then you can't really do anything.
This last week of school that we've had, I've been, excuse me,
Mhm.
a lot of the people around me and my friends, like I haven't been in this argument, but two of my friends have been arguing a lot,
Gotcha.
and a lot of them have had to cut ties with each other, and just no one's been really happy these last couple weeks of school,
Yeah.
and I don't really care because I'm gonna be in Disney next week.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I try to pretend like, you know, oh, this person did that to that person, even though I was never part of it.
Yeah, and
Like, how
like
am I supposed to care about something if I was never
yeah, and I'm gonna
part of
care.
it?
Like I'm gonna care about those people and like how they're
Yeah,
feeling.
I'm gonna be worried for their mental health stuff. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna just be blatantly rude and be like,
Like
dude, that's your fault and your problem, so don't even talk to me.
yeah.
I'm still gonna be like, well,
I'm gonna be like eat some chocolate. Help stay
a
positive.
box of chocolates.
Stay positive.
Get down on one knee. Here's your chocolate, sir. It's just a single Hershey's Kiss.
But yeah, I think chocolate does help you stay positive.
But like, what is happening? Back to saying no one's happy,
Yeah.
so it's just rough because
Like
someone's having to sit alone at lunch,
yeah,
and
and like it's really awkward because you wanna invite those
you
people.
want to help both sides, but
Yeah.
when you help one side, the other one doesn't like you.
Yeah.
So it's very tough.
Um,
That's what sucks about middle school. If you get friends with people, and then
I think a
they're
really good way to like actually start getting good friends is wait a month into school, and that may seem like a long time, but it gives people an opportunity to open up and like get out of their shell. You know.
yeah, usually the first uh maybe the first like maybe month or the first 2 weeks of school, everyone's just kind of awkward because
Yeah.
no one really knows each other.
Yeah.
This is how it was in sixth grade, because all of the elementary schools here, because we have such a small town. There's
Yeah.
only one middle school in the whole county.
Yeah, and there's a
You
lot
g-
of like
all the
different.
all the elementary schools were bashed together.
Yeah.
So I've had friends from other elementary schools that have been waiting to go to school with forever, but we didn't get in the same team.
Yeah,
And
and like
then
the teams are so weird, bro.
yeah, teams
You can't
they're a
even
little
you can't ask to be in a certain team or just anything like that.
yeah. One of my friends, he was gonna be in my team, but like he got moved. I don't know why, but his
Yeah.
brother was in team in the other team.
Hmm.
He got moved to the one with his brother,
Yeah.
and I mean that's fair because most of his friends from our elementary school were in that team. I mean, I don't blame him,
Yeah.
and I've
Yeah.
made a lot of really good friends this year in my team, so I wouldn't have changed anything if I had the chance.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like, with it being the end of the school year, I think it's very safe to say that you and me are probably like some of the like, not to say like brightest, but some of the funnest. Like, we're not
It's very
we're not droopy,
we're
not
pretty.
not
I'd like
necessarily.
to say I'm very. I don't want to be narcissistic here,
Yeah,
but
but like comparing ourselves to like the other middle school students who are like
we're definitely a lot more happy.
yeah happy and
We're a lot we're
energetic.
we're a lot more like not approachable, but
Like we're
happy
not.
toward. We're nice to people. That's what that
There we go. We're
we're
nice to people. We stand out in
yeah,
the crowd.
guys. It took us that long to figure it out.
We're smart here. We promise. All right, but
I
Jack,
don't.
how do you stay positive, man? I just gotta know because like I stay positive different ways, and
I just don't give words power.
there you go. That's
It's
smart.
very simple. Cause the second someone could say something bad to you
Yeah.
and it hurts your feelings, but they say it in another language you don't know. You don't get
Yeah.
your feelings hurt because you don't know the language.
True.
So just
Just
stop giving the words power, and once you stop doing that, you'll stop being mad and just don't take things personally. I mean,
amen. Yeah,
just
like
don't.
once I
I
walked
just
into
if
school.
someone calls me ugly or fat or what have you, middle schoolers will do. I just don't care.
I,
Like
I don't give
I
two
don't.
craps,
I genuinely could care less.
Yeah, and like I just flick a switch and I'm like nothing's personal. I'm in middle school.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I kind
very
of
simple.
So I was struggling with like depression through like the end of seventh grade all the way up till a couple months ago, and I mean it's hard, man. But
Yeah.
I had a talk with my dad, and we were kind of thinking of ways I can maybe fix it. And we kind of came up with not letting like I would go into a room, and if people were sad, I would be really really sad.
Try and be the happiest person in a room.
Yeah,
It really
and
changes
like I kind of just thought like if I don't let others control my emotions, if I'm happy, everybody else is sad, I'll be the happy person in the room, and
it.
I'll
Yes.
try to get others happy. So I kind of
Hmm.
just say in my head if I'm feeling like all sad and depressed, don't let others control your emotions. And
Yes.
that meaning like you if somebody says like you're ugly and you're really happy and jolly and you're just having a good old time
Hmm.
and somebody comes up and say like hey you're ugly you're fat you don't matter and like there's stuff like that and they trying to bring you down, nah, just say just brush it off. It's not personal.
Yeah.
They don't know any better because they were just like they don't have that
Because
they
they're
might.
probably doing it because they're dealing with something
Yeah, they
and trying
well
to make
half the
themselves feel
time,
better.
more than half the time, that's like bullies bully kids because like
They feel bad about themselves, so they
yeah,
just
they just pick
want
on
to feel
others.
better about them.
Yeah,
And like, cause there's people in my team, they're just always mad at
yeah,
something for no
and
reason.
it's
For
usually
no reason.
it's usually girls too. Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that. But half the time, girls are always either
Girls
sad,
are very,
mad, or depressed. And
yeah.
like
Cause
sad and depressed are different. By the way.
I'm not just saying this to say it, but it's just the way it is. Girls
Yeah,
take things a lot more closer to heart.
yeah. And like
So,
if you see me and my friends,
and
we'll
also they show their emotions a lot more.
oh yeah. And like my teacher, her mom, one of her moms died, and then her other had cancer.
Ooh, that's rough.
Everybody in the room was crying. All the guys, everybody else, except for me, because I control my emotions. Like, yeah, I feel sad for her, but she's not a part of my family. I didn't
Well,
really lose.
Trey, Trey,
I don't mean to sound like that guy, but like I feel sorry for her, you know. But
it's just
I don't have
you're not
that like
guys. Normal, they're not the crying type.
yeah, guys don't really
Not
cry.
many are.
But once you learn how to control your emotions and like control how like you can feel, then
It's okay to be sad.
yeah, like 100%. You need to cry sometimes, you know. But
I'd
like
much rather have my buddy come over and cry on my shoulder for 3 hours than him a week later kill himself.
yeah, yeah.
Because it's just when people take things too personally, it gets in their heads, and then they just start having
Oh
this
yeah,
downward spiral of emotions, and they start being worse and ruder
yeah,
because this person said that, but they just can't get over it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that
Forget about the past and look ahead at
like
what you're
there's some people
how
on my
you can
team.
fix it.
Yeah, there's some people on my team right now that said some things to some other kids at the beginning of the year, and they're still fighting over it. And I'm like, guys, chill out. It's you
You
know,
only have 8 days to deal with each other.
yeah,
Just
you have freaking
enjoy
8 days.
your last couple weeks of school.
For real, have fun. We're gonna be outside half the time. You know, like
Yeah.
we're not doing any school. So why do you care? Like why should you be mad? You know.
How could you be mad
Exactly.
whenever school ends so soon? Like,
Yeah.
why would
Summer is
I don't have
less.
the energy to be mad at people.
Yeah, being mad is so hard and it takes so much time.
There's no point at being
Like,
rude to people. What are you gaining?
yeah,
What do you gain?
what do you gain out of that? And like, have you seen like I think it was MIT or Harvard did a study to where they figured out that frowning and being sad in your face takes like a bunch more muscles than smiling in your face, man. So like,
That's funny.
it's way too hard to like be sad, and it takes so much time.
Well, it's not being sad. It's just being mean and
Yeah,
angry at people for no reason. It's so
yeah,
hard to do. It's hard to stay angry
yeah,
because there's so many better things to do. Like enjoy your day. Just sometimes you gotta slow down and enjoy the little
yeah.
things.
And a lot of the things is like I am not like middle school boys. Okay, well, like okay, I am, but I'm different. You know, I could care less about my phone than.
You're probably a. I'd say both of us are a lot more mature
Oh yeah, you definitely are
than
too. And
the
I'm
average grade level.
I'm not trying to say like that we're better than anybody else because we're not. We're like all
Yeah,
equal.
we're all special in our own ways.
Yeah. And like I could care less about my phone. I can go weeks on weeks without it. I don't even want it.
Hmm.
But like now, kids and like teens our age, they're glued to it and like they just argue and argue and
And
argue over
phones
it.
aren't always a bad thing either,
Yeah, phones are a good
because
thing
you can
sometimes.
start really good relationships
Oh
with
yeah,
people online.
100%. But I'm just saying like metaphorically speaking.
A lot of this. I'm not saying phones don't cause bad things. They certainly do. A
Oh
lot.
yeah.
Internet cyberbullying is a very big problem
Oh yeah, 100%.
because they think, oh, if I post it online, no one, they're not going to confront me
Yeah.
when, like, at school, because
Yeah, especially
you're
like
not at school. How can you get in trouble for something
yeah,
at school when you're not at school?
yeah.
But
But
that
like
doesn't matter
this
because
the second you walk into school, every like the principals have authority over you, and
yeah,
like the officers at your school have like
like,
they're yours.
say for example, this kid, let's just pick a random name, like Billy. He
Uh
posts that he's gonna fight so and so, like Edward or whatever.
yeah.
Um he Whenever he does that, he thinks they're probably thinking, oh well, no one's gonna really do anything about it. They're just gonna be like, oh, I can't believe they're gonna fight. Well,
Yeah, like
the
they're all
teachers,
talk or something like
they
that.
whenever Edward, he goes telling the teacher,
Mhm.
uh, allergies, I swear, can't
You're
hardly
good.
breathe.
You're good.
Whenever goes tells the teacher, they can like he can get in a lot of trouble for that.
Oh yeah. I took a kid. I don't
Like,
really
just
remember.
because it's outside of school doesn't mean you can't get in trouble.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like the cops at your school, they have authority to your phone because you signed something at the beginning of the year that like state if
Mhm.
you like do something stupid or something like that, and they have to search your phone that you can and they can and like you have to unlock everything you're recently deleted and all that stuff.
Yeah, because you know
Yeah.
it's just, and also people think they're big and strong,
Oh yeah.
behind a computer. Like,
Oh yeah.
people will say a lot different of things whenever uh you don't. Ugh, oh my god.
No, you're good.
Allergies.
You're good.
People think whenever they're behind a keyboard or what have you, that they're much stronger because the person that can't hurt you, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're people are a lot more confident whenever they're behind a computer screen,
Yeah.
because there's no threat. There's nothing to scare them.
Yeah.
Where
There's
it's
like
just words on a screen.
it's like their computer or like phone screens, their warrior, or like their
But
shield.
the second they get to the public place or whatever, they'd never say that to someone.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, the internet can change people.
Oh yeah, yeah. But Jack, that's all I got, man. Is this
Yeah,
you
I
good?
mean, it was a good talk
Oh yeah,
because
good talk, guys.
very 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 nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, if y'all enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe. We post weekly, and I guess we'll see you later on Nothing But the Facts.
Alrighty, guys. This is nothing but the facts with Jack Bratcher and Trey Cook. We will see you on the next one.